Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday. And welcome to the first week of the fourth quarter. um, I'm sure this isn't exactly how we planned on the first week of this quarter going, but here we are. So, I wanted to go over a few kind of basic things about how things are going to work over the next few weeks with you all again, and then get into your specific assignment for this week since we are starting school this week. Um, So, a few basic things about how the next couple weeks are going to go. First off, you guys are going to be getting one assignment per week. So, this assignment should take you a little bit of time here. I will be assigning it each Monday, and I will expect it to be done by Friday. If you choose to knock it out on Monday and don't have anything else to do for the rest of the week, all right. If you choose to ignore it for most of the week and then knock it out on Friday, all right. Um, it honestly doesn't really matter to me a whole lot when you get it done, as long as it gets done by Friday. um, in addition, each week you will see a poll on Edsby. I've pinned it to the Edsby page for our class. On this poll, it asks, it's for the attendance for each week. So on there, it'll ask what day of the week are you answering this? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Whatever day it is that you're answering that poll, just click that one. That'll let me know that you are here and you are participating on some level. um, Turning in your work will also let me know that you are participating on some level too. um, so those are kind of the major things about how this is going to go. Like I said, you'll be getting an assignment on Monday along with a video like this one. And I'll expect it done by Friday. Simple enough. These assignments will be using many of the tools that we use in class, so most of them are going to be in office.com. Whether it's something in your notebook, whether you're making a PowerPoint, like this week, for example, you got some stuff to do in your notebook as well as a PowerPoint to share with me. So most of the stuff we're going to be doing is on Office. We're very, very lucky in our class that virtually everything we do is online anyway. So we're lucky there. So it isn't a huge, massive shift for us. It's just more of a we're not at school kind of thing. When it comes to doing your work, a few things to note is all you need is some kind of a device with a browser on it to be able to access Office.com. So you can do this on a desktop, on a laptop, on a tablet, on a smartphone. You can do it on any major game console today. Both the Xbox and the PlayStation both have browsers built into them. You can access Office.com. I actually have several students accessing Office.com and doing their work on their I have two doing it on their Xbox and I have one doing it on their PlayStation, they've told me. You can hook up just any random USB keyboard you might have laying around, or you can get one super cheap at like Walmart or something. And they have keyboards for like $5. So that is an option should you need to do so. So I think that's pretty much it for general stuff. Actually, I have opened up the Edsby pages for my classes for comments. Several students have already discovered this, particularly my 3rd and 6th period classes. They've been very, very busy posting on there. So if you have questions about the assignment each week, about anything about how it's working, what you're supposed to be doing, how question about something in it, something that you normally ask in class, ask it as a reply to the post where I put the assignment. Because if you reply to it there, I'm going to be monitoring Edsby throughout the week to kind of keep an eye on things, see how things are going, all that. But I'll be monitoring that, so that way I can keep up with what exactly it is that you're asking. I can answer your questions on there. I'm also planning on hosting Zoom sessions for my classes throughout the week. Probably like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. I don't have an exact time or date set for this class yet. I'm working on that. Just keep an eye on Edsby and I'll be posting some information. The Zoom sessions will be optional. They are not required. If you do not want to do the Zoom session, if you do not have a camera, if you don't feel comfortable video chatting, If you don't have any questions, if you're sitting there celebrating because you don't have to see Mr. Farrell, um, no worries, it is an optional thing. It's not going to be a required part of the class. Because I know that a lot of people do not have some of the equipment set up that we need for something like Zoom. So like I said, it's going to be optional, not required. I think that's actually it for general stuff. So let's get into this week's assignment. So this week I'm doing something a little different than what I normally do. Robotics I and Robotics II are actually going to be getting the same assignment this week. Because this is our first week doing this, I want to make sure that everything's working for everyone from home. So I want to keep things kind of as simple as possible here for all of us. So 1 and 2 will both be getting the same assignment. So everything I'm saying here applies to both classes. Special note though to Robotics 2, if you're in Robotics 1, feel free to tune out for like 30 seconds or so. But Robotics 2, right before break we had been starting in on the capstone project where you guys were going to be designing a robot for one of your teachers. Designing and building, testing, and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's a little challenging. We don't have access to any of our equipment, or most of your teachers. So we're going to be putting that on ice for right now. Assuming that we come back on April 15th, which we'll see what happens with that, we will be picking it up from there. If we end up not coming back April 15th, I will make a further announcement on what exactly we're doing with the capstone project. But for right now, it is on ice. Kind of keep it in the back of your mind. But we're not going to be proceeding forward with it while we're here at home. Anyway, back to everyone. So if you are in Robotics 1 and you've been tuning out, come on back. Bring your brains, big brain. So this week's assignment, you guys are going to be finding some kind of a device at home that you have in your home, and figure out how it works. Some kind of an autonomous device. So remember that autonomy, for a device to be autonomous, it needs to be able to make decisions for itself. It needs to be able to do stuff without you guiding it through every single step. So, for example, let's say that you have like a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner is not an autonomous device. Oh, my smiley face went away. Yay, there we go. A vacuum cleaner is not an autonomous device because you have to turn it on, you have to push it around, you have to guide it to all the dirt, all that kind of stuff. If you turn a vacuum cleaner on and then just walk away, it sits there and it cleans like 6 inches of your floor that's like right around it, and that's about it. So it's not a terribly useful device without constant human interaction. Remember that for it to be autonomous, it cannot have constant human interaction as a required part of its job. So, for example, like blanking on the term, washing machine, a washing machine to wash clothing. That would be a partially autonomous device because you put your clothes in it, you put soap in it, you hit 1 or 2 buttons on it, you turn a knob or whatever it might be, and you walk away for an hour, and it does its work. It spins the clothes, it puts the soap in, puts the water in, cleans everything, dries stuff in it, all that kind of stuff, all on its own. You don't need to sit there in front of the washing machine. Spin. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. All right, now put some soap in. Sorry, water. Put water in it. Okay, now put soap. All right, now spin some more. All right, good washing machine. Yeah, because that'd be boring. That'd be stupid. Nobody would buy that washing machine. I'm sure somebody in here would buy that washing machine. I would not because I don't have the time in my day to sit there and watch a washing machine do its job for an hour. But a washing machine is a perfect example of a partially autonomous machine. It does a lot of the work on its own. Something like a Roomba vacuum cleaner, something like that, is a perfect example of a virtually of an almost completely autonomous machine. Instead, we have a Roomba here. I may actually film it doing its thing at some point since I'm here at home. But it goes around, it finds dirt on its own, it finds its way around the apartment. Um, it parks itself back on its charger. My parents recently got a super fancy Roomba, the kind that actually empties itself. I still have one of the old school ones where you have to like pull out the little like dirt chamber and empty it out. Um, but my dad's like obsessive about keeping his house clean, so he got the super fancy one. Anyway, so you're finding some kind of at least partially autonomous device around your house and describing how it works and how it does its job. As part of this, you're also going to be looking into what major parts are inside of it. If you are not sure what major parts are inside of it, or you think you know, but you're not like 100%, Google is your friend. Start Googling what these devices contain, what's inside of them, how they work, how they do their job. Because you're also going to be analyzing how these parts all work together to develop the functionality of your machine. So some of the questions here. Got the handout here up. Some of the questions that you guys are going to be answering. What device are you analyzing? How is this device autonomous? What job does this device do for you? Why do you have this device in your home? If you had to describe how it works to an elementary school student, how would you describe it? So this is sort of like a super basic, what's it do kind of thing. Like I said, you're explaining it to like a little kid. Like, this kid comes up to you and asks, "What's a washing machine do?" And you have to tell him what a washing machine does. That kind of thing. What major parts does this machine contain? This is where you're probably going to want to start getting into Googling to see what exactly is in this thing. If you're stuck thinking of like machines to use, and machines to analyze, I would, a couple suggestions I would make. One, if you have something like a Roomba or something, awesome, go for that. Two, a microwave oven. A microwave is something that a lot of us have. And there's some really cool stuff in those things. There really, really is. Three, a refrigerator. Fridges are actually surprisingly complex machines. I think that if you end up doing that, you'll be very surprised at how much goes on in there. So some stuff like that. Think about some of the appliances around your house. So what major parts does it contain? What would you describe as the three main parts? So these are the three main parts that are involved in making this device do whatever it is that it does. Three things that make it do its job. How does each of these parts function? So you just identified three parts. How does each of them function? How does it do its particular job? And then finally, 9, how do all these parts work together to create the functionality of the machine? So how do they all work together to make the machine do whatever it is that it does? 10, what would happen to the machine if you took away each of the major parts that you identified in question 7? So you identified 3 major parts to this machine. What would happen if you took away one of them? How would the machine function? What would happen if you took away this one? What would happen if you took away this one? How would that affect the functionality of the machine? And then finally, what improvements can you think of to this machine? How would you make this machine better? How would you make it do its job better? So what would you do to improve it? So these are the 11 questions on the handout. This is in the handout section of your notebook. It's called Autonomous Analysis. That is part 1. Part 2 of this is to take this information and put it into a PowerPoint. So in this PowerPoint, think about, find some good pictures of your device. See if you can find some pictures of the inside of it that you can label in your PowerPoint. Basically, taking the information that you put on this handout and putting it into a easier and more interesting to read format. All right. So that is your primary job this week. That is your assignment for this week. At least partially autonomous device around your home. An analysis of how it works in your notebook in the handout section, in the handout called Autonomous Analysis, and a PowerPoint that you will be sharing with me with the information from the question that you're answering in that handout. If you have questions about this assignment, what you're doing, how you're going to be doing it, that kind of thing, stuff that you would normally ask in class, please reply to the EDSB post with this assignment in it. Please respond to this EDSB post with your questions. That will allow me to answer because I'm going to be on Edsby um, a fair bit this week to kind of keep an eye on things. In addition, if you see someone posting a question on there and you know the answer to it, or you think you can help them, answer it. Help each other out because this is going to be very odd and very different for a lot of us. And the best way for us to get through this is to help each other out. And in general, we're very, very good at helping each other out. We're very, very good about answering questions that other people in class have. So let's keep that up while we're going through this. Like I said, if you see a question on there, help someone out. Help answer it. The more we all help each other out, the better off this is going to go. So again, if you have questions, please ask them on Edsby. If either I will answer them or someone in the class will help answer them. Again, this assignment I will be expecting done by Friday. Friday is your goal. If you want to smash it all out today, cool beans. If you want to smash it all out like sometime later in the week, cool beans. I don't really care when you get it done as long as it gets done by Friday. So, as of right now, that is your assignment. Again, if you got questions, ask on Edsby. Hopefully we'll be seeing you guys on April 15th. That is, as of right now, the date that we are going back to school. We'll see if anything changes. If stuff changes, keep an eye on the Edsby page for this class. Keep an eye on the school district website for any changes. With that. But as of right now, we are expecting to go back April 15th. I am very much looking forward to seeing you all again. I honestly miss you guys. I really do. I miss seeing you guys each day. Y'all are fun. You really are. Some of you guys annoy the crap out of me, but I miss that. I really do. So I'm looking forward to, at the very least, getting into a Zoom with you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in class again. So again, if you got questions, let me know. I'm happy to help out as best as I can. Realize that both myself and all the rest of your teachers we're still trying to figure out exactly how to do e-learning. We're lucky in here that we do virtually all of our stuff online anyway, so it's not as big of a transition for us, but it is still a transition, and a lot of us are still trying to figure this out. All right? Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see y'all soon.